There are 32 incredible special illustration rares in Prismatic Evolutions, and we collected them all. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive on each card, appreciate it close up, and take a look at what else all of these talented artists have done in the Pokemon TCG. Hopefully, we can add some context to this amazing special illustration rare selection and learn to appreciate each card just a little bit more. Prismatic Evolutions is a divisive set for a lot of reasons, not just because of the dollar value or the difficulty in collecting it, but all on their own, these cards are some of the best the Pokemon TCG has ever produced. So let's dive deep into this amazing specialty set that really does celebrate the entirety of the Scarlet and Violet era.
All right, before we get started, really quick, we are still celebrating the Prismatic Evolutions Master Set with more giveaways. So I'll be going live on Whatnot again Thursday, February 27th at 6 p.m. Eastern for Pokemon Day. Whatnot is a live streaming auction platform. It's they're doing a pretty cool theme day for Pokemon Day, calling it Paths to Prismatic. And to celebrate, I'll be giving away some new stuff with this Prismatic Evolutions 2-pack and a surprise box, but I'll also be giving away some old stuff too. And so one buyer during the stream, these giveaways will be open to everybody, but one buyer during the stream will be getting this base set Blastoise pack. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is my first time having a base set pack since I was like 10 years old. So that's awesome. Can't wait to give that away to somebody. First time signups can use my code seen here and in the description below. You'll get a free $15 to spend anywhere on the site. I'll be running all kinds of modern singles in different price ranges, so there should be something for everybody to get so they can enter the giveaway. We had a lot of fun during our first show last week, so I hope you can come join us. Again, that's Pokemon Day this Thursday, February 27th, 6 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's get into it. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and get started here with the top of the list. We're not going to rank them. We're not going to go in any special order other than reorganizing where one artist has more than one card. So we're going to start here with the Leafeon. And this is by artist Jiro Sasamo. They have quite a few other pretty fantastic cards in the TCG. They've got the Leafeon V-Star from Crown Zenith, so, you know, second Leafeon for them. The Gardevoir line from Scarlet and Violet base, which is probably their biggest achievement so far as what everybody loves from them. But they also have the Swablu and Altaria from Paradox Rift, which is pretty fantastic as well. So they did also win the second, illustration contest Grand Prix or whatever Pokemon called it back in 2019 with a Charizard card that I am pretty sure has not seen release in English. So very cool card here. I like this artist in the TCG, so excited to see them doing some more. Next up is a series of 4 from Yukihiro Tada. So, we get our 4 more Ogerpons. So I'll just show these off in quick succession, and we'll talk about the artist, Yukihiro Tada, because these are, not knocking them, but the least interesting cards they've done in the TCG. So there's the Teal Mask Ogerpon. They've got the Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon, the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, and the one we pulled, the only SIR we pulled in hunting the Master Set, the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. But you'll most recognize them from their cute art style on the Alolan Dug Trio from Surging Sparks, the Turtonator from Stellar Crown, Pinsir from Twilight Masquerade is probably the one that most people want from them. But had to have the Ogerpons in the set because it is a specialty set. The cards are playable or whatever, but not the most interesting SIRs of Prismatic Evolutions for sure. Okay, so next up is our second evolution. This is the Flareon, and I absolutely love this card. It's really, really good, kind of like, I don't know, floating in the One Ring or something like that. It's just really cool. It's from artist Nurikabe, and their most well-known or most desired cards are the Groudon and Tyranitar illustration rares, both of them, holding value really well. But also the Aerodactyl from Lost Origin, probably my favorite of their cards.
They also have been putting some of their cards in Pokemon Pocket. So Mewtwo, Gyarados, Salandit, Pachirisu, those kind of things, straight out of Pokemon Pocket. Hope we get them physically someday, but if not, you know, we're getting lots of good physical cards from this artist. So great card here with the Flareon. Next up from artist Akage is this beautiful, beautiful Ceruledge. Just love it. It's great in hand. Look at all that texture. Really, really good card here. Same artist, you know, and you can tell from the style as the Greninja chase card from Twilight Masquerade. And the Palafin, actually, from Paldean Fates. This card is kind of like a combination of both of those. You know, the dark color palette of the Palafin and the splash of, you know, color and texture from the Greninja. They also did the Kingdra EX promo. So really, really good cards coming from this artist. Excited to see what they do in the future. Next up is another evolution from another new artist in the TCG. So this is from artist Narano, and they have done the cast form illustration rare from Surging Sparks. So again, I really love that the art design or art direction of the sets make so many disparate artists kind of unite their styles with this stained glass look, but it still allows them room to fit their own style in there. So like this card a lot. So another good example of that, of what I was just talking about, is this Glaceon here. So this is from the artist Kamome Shirahama. Sorry if I butchered that. But they're the mangaka for Witch Hat Atelier, which is, you know, a relatively popular manga, and I think they made an anime of it, but for sure a manga. And you can see their style there in the background. Just a great card that fits the aesthetic of like their manga, especially the, you know, the covers, not necessarily the black and white interior pages, but yeah. And this is the first card in the set from a mangaka. So we will check out the next one here. And quite possibly, I don't know, maybe my favorite card in the set. I'm not sure. I also really like the Umbreon, but is this Palafin from our second mangaka of the set, the absolute legend, Tetsuo Hara, the mangaka of Fist of the North Star. So there is a picture of him holding this up, and I will scroll it on the screen here. You can see him holding the original art to this card, and just the brushwork and impasto, whatever, you know, is incredible. I would love to see that painting in real life. I would love to own that painting, but translates really, really well. His little, you know, Aura Dolphin translates really, really well to this card. Like it a lot. Maybe one of my favorites of the set. Another evolution here with the Jolteon from an extremely prolific new artist, relatively new anyway, dating back to Crown Zenith. So this is from artist Kantaro, and I'll just read off what they have here because there are too many fantastic cards to really show them all. So I'll just go quickly here. The Loyal 3 and the Petron SIRs from Shrouded Fable, pretty big stylistic departure from this card here. The Iron Valiant and the Rika from Paradox Rift, another big stylistic departure. The Skeledirge line from Paldea Evolve, just my favorite of the starter trio lines from Paldea Evolve. Very funny, very good cards there. And the Miraidon and Arven from Scarlet and Violet base, Colress's Experiment from Crown Zenith, and most, I guess, notably with the new surge in popularity, they are the artist for the Charizard in Pokemon Pocket and the Celebi in Pokemon Pocket. So two very meta cards in Pocket that, you know, anybody who plays that game is very familiar with. So good artist, really cool dynamic pose here with the Jolteon. I like it a lot. And they know how to stretch their style muscles and do a bunch of different types of cards. So this is no exception. Next is the Iron Hands, and you can just see I love the hollow pattern of this card. Just the outlines in gold. It's just incredible. It kind of reminds me of the Dragon Ball TCG If the gold was like super textured or embossed or whatever, this would really look like a Dragon Ball TCG card. But the artist is Kazumasa Yasukuni, and they notably only have really the Zero Aura from Stellar Crown, and you can tell, you know. I assume we'll be getting a few more cards from this artist with their pretty unique style, so looking forward to see what else they put together. Next, another very expensive card in the set is the Espeon, and this is from artist Sui. I think that's right, S-U-I, Sui. I feel like I'm yelling for a pig, but the this artist is one of the most tenured artists on the list today. They go all the way back to the Platinum era. They've illustrated lots of baby shinies, stuff like that. But this is their first like illustration rare, special illustration rare, and man, what a great job they did. Don't know if it shows up on the camera, but like the kind of the dreamy purple floral scape there behind the Espeon is just really, really fantastic. So this is a really great card, and I love the texture of it. So I think this is still the second most expensive card of the set with the Sylveon, and what a good card. You know, just all of the Evolution SIRs are pretty fantastic, to be honest, so I won't beat a dead horse there, but this is from artist Kona Nitanda. They also did the Bianca's Devotion from Temporal Forces and the Erica's Invitation from 151. So, you know, even though those are two trainer cards, you can kind of see the stylistic fit. They have their own kind of voice in the TCG, and I look forward to more good illustrated cards from them. I really, really like this card. It was also tough to find, so, you know, I think fondly of it just because I had to hunt it down so hard. Next up is the absolutely awesome Iron Valiant. Just another one with great use of the holofoil pattern there, with all the you know, pink and purple outlines. Just an awesome card. Same artist as like the Aerodactyl and the Blastoise promo from Pokemon Pocket. So it's kind of funny that I'm having to look up you know, pocket cards as well for these artists now. I wish we were getting them all physically, but you know, this is the only kind of special illustration rare from this artist so far in the physical TCG. Next up is the Iron Crown. Very cool card. Kind of like a grid type of dreamscape. I don't know. Iron Crown has some really good cards, I think. And this is from artist Okubo, and they also did the Arbok from Temporal Forces, and I love that card. Much different, I guess, than this, but you know, still similar in the surrounding clouds versus the leaves and stuff like that. So very cool card in the Iron Crown here. So talking about stylistic departures, this Sandy Shocks is from artist Tetsu Kayama, who has done some incredible cards lately, with the Noctowl promo, the Machoke from 151, the Wug Trio we couldn't escape from in Paldean Fates, that Salvatore from Temporal Forces, and I think they just have a card right now. Man, I should have checked this. Just judging off of the art style, I'm pretty sure the Regigigas from Pokemon Pocket is from the same artist, and this one is kind of a stylistic departure. They usually do the stippling or the pointillism style, and there isn't that much on this Sandy Shocks. Still an awesome card, don't get me wrong. Fits the vibe of the Pokemon Sandy Shocks very, very well, but just not the same as their typical art style for this particular artist. So still a good card. And here it is, the Umbreon. And I'm not going to flash, I guess, this artist's other work up on the screen too much, just because, I don't know, all over their Twitter, it says, like, do not use my art without my permission, blah, blah, blah. So I don't want to disrespect them that way, but this is Yashiro Nanako, and they are like a gallery artist or kind of a gallery illustrator, have some fantastic art, and I encourage you to go look at the art. It's extremely reminiscent of Yoshitaka Amano, If you're familiar with like the old original artwork for the Final Fantasy series, that's Amano. And, he's just an incredible illustrator. And Yashiro Nanako here is, like I said, operating in that same vein, kind of an Art Deco type of dreamy style. And it really made me appreciate this card significantly more. The Umbreon's dead center, the silly little crystal hat is dead center, I get it, but it's a beautiful surround around the Pokemon. And like I said, I encourage you to look up their artwork because it will make you, or at least it did make me appreciate this card all the more. I really, really like this card. I liked it before, but just, doing the research and checking out the artist made me appreciate it a lot more. Next up, from artist and master Shinji Kanda, is the Roaring Moon. Probably one everybody expected to be a chase card of the set. It is. The Evolutions kind of took center stage, but man, what an incredible card. Just so good. So, in line with Shinji Kanda's typical style. The Magikarp from Paldea Evolve, the Magneton promo, and, of course, the Giratina from Lost Origin. So just a great addition to this artist repertoire in the TCG, and can't wait to see what else they do because, these specialty sets are kind of celebrations of a particular era in the TCG, and it would feel wrong not to have a card from this artist in this set. So I'm very glad that this card is here. I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos or maybe down in the comments, but somebody asked me what card from the set surprised me, and this one for sure, this Pecharunt EX. Looks so good in hand. I really like it. Really cool color pop. From artist Osare, the same artist who did the Durant, the awesome Durant from Surging Sparks, and the Tatsugiri from Twilight Masquerade, which, you guys all know I loved if you saw the illustration rare ranking video. So, I'm not going to say this is like one of my top cards of the set, but, for a little Poison Peach Pit, this is a pretty cool celebration of that Pokemon and pretty good illustration in its own right. Good card. So this may be the longest tenured artist represented in here with the Gholdengo. This artist, Shigenori Negishi, has been an artist in the TCG all the way back to Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so like 15, 16 years, something like that. And, what a weird one to have be their most recent card. Little surfing macaroni man in the city. But still a good card, as you can tell. Quite a lot of, possibility for cool texture. But, English TCG strikes again, and we kind of just get the standard texture stamp all over the place instead of any of the circles or any of the stars there. So still really neat card. Was the chase card for a few guys at the card shop. So not my favorite of the set, but still a funny, good card from a very long time artist. And I think this, no, they also did the Blaziken from Chilling Reign. So not their first like illustration rare. And this will not be their most sought after card, but that Blaziken probably will be. So another artist that just pops up everywhere during the Scarlet and Violet era. This Dragapult is from artist Jerky. And they also did the Pidgey line from Obsidian Flames. Those are some great cards. This is a much different type of artwork than those. Closer in line to the Lumineon that they did from Crown Zenith or the Tapu Koko from Paradox Rift. But man, what a great card. This is just, I can't tell you how much it pops in hand. Such a cool, real stained glass look, like really leaned into it. Almost to the point where this looks like you could recreate it. I don't know. So might be fun to try sometime in a little stained glass experiment, but really nice card from Artist Jerky here. So Raging Bolt as a Pokemon has gotten 2 absolutely incredible special illustration rares so far in the Scarlet and Violet era. And this one from artist Dooney Nori is probably better than the other one from, what is it, Temporal Forces. You know, both are great, different styles, but man, I just love this card. The Flapple from Surging Sparks is from the same artist, and we talked about that in the illustration rare breakdown video. Just kind of a cool, like, I don't know, chalk style here. I don't know. Really good art, and I can't wait for more cards from this artist, which you've heard me say a million times. But a lot of these artists are new, and, you know, I assume their best is yet to come, you know? So speaking of new artists, this is, you know, the poster child for this set is the Eevee here by a pretty brand new artist who just debuted in Surging Sparks with a Spupa. And you guys should check out their Twitter. They've got some really cool, like, children's storybook watercolor, you know, art style going on that you can kind of see around the Eevee. You know, obviously the Eevee had to have the stained glass look to remain consistent with the art direction of the set, but kind of look around there. If I can take the shine away like this, you can kind of see the pastel kind of muted watercolor palette around the Eevee, and that's kind of what their style is. And I really am looking forward to more from this artist because I love the, like, storybook aesthetic, and I think it fits really well to Pokemon, obviously. So yeah, check them out. This is a really good artist. I don't know if I said their name. It's Tono, but I really enjoy this Eevee. Obviously the other Eevee is coming to the English TCG as a promo card. So this is the only Eevee we get in Prismatic Evolutions. So an absolute sleeper card of the set is this Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. And if you'll remember from the special illustration rare ranking, this is from Yano Keiji, and the same artist did that did all of the Ogerpons from Twilight Masquerade that I ranked kind of low. What a come up. This card is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So we talked with the other Bloodmoon Ursaluna SIR, how it's kind of like playful, and Bloodmoon Ursaluna is like, and like that contrast, that juxtaposition was fun in that other card, because Bloodmoon Ursaluna is, you know, an intimidating, scary Pokemon. Well, this is an intimidating, scary card. Very neat style, kind of reminiscent of maybe old Japanese woodblock prints or something, like ukiyo-e, whatever, Shinhanga prints, stuff like that. Just very intimidating there. So you get the eye shine going, kind of like an anime villain. But yeah, great card. They also did the Ammonite from 151, which is another one of my favorites, and the Comfey from Crown Zenith. So kind of an artist who really shines in the illustration rare, special illustration rare category. Next up is another new artist with the Terapagos EX. This is from artist Mashu, and they have just a regular card from Shrouded Fable, a Galvantula. So they came up from that to this special illustration rare Terapagos, and it is beautiful. I don't know. Terapagos is a really cool Pokemon. I wish they wouldn't do this, like, serious form of Terapagos, because the cute little turtle form from the Horizons anime is much more endearing and engaging to me. And we haven't really gotten a card other than the Horizons one, I think, with Terapagos in that type of form. But, you know, still a cool card. I just maintain that it's kind of difficult to see what's going on in all of the Terapagos cards we've gotten so far. So, you know, still a neat one. Great use of color, but just kind of muddied to me. So next up, from artist Tomowaka, we have the 4 trainer cards in kind of a series. So I'll just show them all off here. We've got the Amaris. I can't tell if they're all hanging out in, like, the Blueberry Academy club room, but I think that's the intention. And I love the single color borders around everything. So first we have the Amaris, then the Crispin, which is a great card. He's definitely in the club room, right? Then the Drayton, again, definitely in the club room, I think. But I like it when the cards form a cool little set like this. So Drayton, and then last but not least, we have the very cool Lacey. So, you know, nothing too artistic or special here, just kind of like, you know, the anime style drawing of the trainer, which is a big contrast to the next two trainers we're going to take a look at. You'll see what I mean. But still, I like the cohesive art direction. I like that they gave, you know, a couple artists the ability to do a set of cards inside of Prismatic Evolutions. And these are some pretty cool trainers. Nice little set to have. So I'm not sure how this artist says their name, Ligton. They've also done the Zeraora V-Star from Crown Zenith and the Lumineon and the Umbreon from Brilliant Stars. So some pretty cool cards to their credit. And this Janine Secret Art is another one. I think it fits really, really well with the more artistic trainer special illustration rares they've been doing, like with the Bianca's Devotion or the Parasol Lady or the Carmine or you know, the cards like that, the Perrin. So this really slots in well with the kind of artsy trainer special illustration rares, and I like the card a lot. And finally, from another, you know, kind of brand new artist with just a new artist as of Surging Sparks, we've got the Kieran from artist Iori Suzuki. And you should really, I encourage you to go check out their Twitter because they have a fantastic, very, very good style that is well demonstrated in this card. But I think they'll especially be doing trainer cards in the future because their style lends itself really well to trainer cards. But they do show off on their Twitter. I saw like a really cute Inge Joltik coming up, so I assume that'll be in like our Destined Rivals or something, you know, coming up here soon. And that's a really good artist to add to the stable here. But this Kieran, you know, was one of my chase cards in Terrestrial Festival and is still one of my favorite cards for Prismatic Evolutions. You can see like the color shift there in the sky and the cool texture with the sun rays. Just a really, really good card, and not one of the pricier ones either. So this is one you can add to your collection without breaking the wallet. So good last one to take a look at. I really enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump back to the binder and take a look at everything all together one more time. So there you have it, a deep dive on all of the artists in Prismatic Evolutions as far as the special illustration rare goes. Here's, you know, that awesome double page spread in the binder that I'll never get tired of looking at. And I'll go ahead and show you guys just because we are here. I've gotten a few of the promos that everybody's been talking about down in the comments. So, of course, we will fill them out as we can. I've moved most of the other Black Star promos to my Black Star promo binder, but we're just missing, and these two are in the mail, the Leafeon and the Glaceon, to finish out the stamped promos from the surprise boxes. And we got the 2 Pokemon Day with the Eevee and the Sylveon. So, still filling out the binder as far as like variant cards and extra stuff goes, but, you know, all these sets are always a work in progress because they keep releasing extra cards for them. But for the special illustration rares, probably the best collection of the era so far. And a good way to say goodbye to like the first half or wherever we are in the era. Because with these trainer cards, things are going to be changing a little bit. So thank you all for digging through all of the deep dive on the special illustrations here with me. Make sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this, and we will be back here for a journey together. And please do tune in to the stream if you're still watching here. I would love to you know, hang out with you in a live environment. So come check out the Whatnot show on Thursday and maybe check out some of the cool cards I'll be selling and see if you might win that Blastoise pack. So appreciate it, everybody. Talk to you soon in the next one.
Have a good night.